Videotaping?
What are you videotaping?
Facility?
Why are you videotaping the facility?
It's my own purposes.
So, what's going on?
I don't answer questions.
Do you have any ID on your bud?
I don't answer questions.
Okay, we got a call for a suspicious person, okay? Because this is kind of suspicious behavior.
Okay, what crime do you suspect me of committing?
So, alright, before we act stupid, okay? Let's just talk about when you're standing in front of a facility that's a government building. What's going to happen is you're going to identify yourself. If you choose not to identify yourself, because now I've asked you about 4 times already.
Not gonna happen.
Then this is going to rise to the level of obstruction of justice because I have to figure out
What crime? What crime do you suspect
won't tell
me?
me what you're doing here.
I already
Your
told you,
behavior
ma'am.
is highly suspicious.
I already told you,
There's
ma'am.
No, you're not explaining.
Can I speak to your
anything.
supervisor?
And if you simply identify yourself
Well, ma'am,
and explain what's going on here, then we don't have an issue.
I already
but I'm
told
gonna
you.
start to get aggravated
Well-
if you take up more of my time today. Do you understand?
well, ma'am,
Okay.
you're taking time for yourself. I'm a public citizen. I'm on a public sidewalk, recording a public building. Unless you're suspecting me of committing any crimes, then I suggest for you to treat me. Ma'am, don't put your hands on me. Ma'am, don't put your hands on me.
There. You down for my safety.
Why are you, ma'am? Why are you? Am I being detained?
Put that down.
And this lady right here, which I don't know her name yet, 516, will be hearing from me. And I'm sure you guys have a captain for the internal affairs that's gonna want to have a talk about this. I promise you. I promise you. You have illegally detained me. You put my hand in that burning hood. You're gonna hear from me.
I think you like this attention right
No, you guys are wasting our money. You guys work for the
You're
people.
wasting my time.
No, well then leave. You're free to go. You're dismissed. Because what? We pay for your salary. And you need to stand away from me because
I
you're...
pay my salary, all right?
You pay your salary? As far as I know, we pay for your salary.
He did not spit at anybody. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Don't get mad because you can't do your fucking job. Nobody spit at you. I was right here. Nobody spit at you. You little fucking drama queens.
Policewoman on horseback grabs tourist by his rucksack. Don't be rude to me. Outside Buckingham Palace.
Can I have a fit, JT, on me? Yeah, he's been told he's not allowed in.
Reach, the urine ball.
All right, sir. We're just gonna step outside and talk, okay?
So you want me to step outside, really?
Yeah, just to give you some privacy.
So you do realize they're in violation of Section 2, Part B of federal
You
law?
want to step outside so we can speak, okay?
Why am I being removed from the business?
Listen.
Why am I being removed from the business if this is not your false indoctrination of the law?
So I want to hear it from you as far as what happened today.
What do they tell you?
I'm not That's not what I asked. I'm asking you.
I came here.
Because there's two sides to
I
it.
came here because I wanted to do business here.
Okay.
I wanted to actually have a store here.
Okay.
And before I was even able to talk to the person, I was told that my service animal was not welcome here. And I was told without paperwork, you would come and have me no trespass from the business. Now that you showed up and you're asking me to leave the business, I'm accusing you of what they said they have you do in the past on a normal basis.
That's you.
I'm telling you what they said they have you do on a normal basis in the past here.
Okay.
They said they do this to people all the time on film.
So, are you all
With
set
the
for me to
police.
explain things to you? Are you all set for me to explain things to
I'm
you?
listening. Do you have a name and badge number?
My name's Officer DeLeon.
Badge number? Can you say it for the camera, please?
161.
And you, sir? Raposo? Raposo.
So,
Thank you.
alright, so here's the deal. This is a private business. They have their rules. So if someone comes in with a dog that you're claiming, they're not saying that you're lying about it being a service dog. You know what I mean? We don't have a reason to call you a liar on that. You're saying it's a service dog, it's a service dog, right? But they have rules that as a business they like to follow. So when they ask you for the paperwork, you don't have to give them the paperwork. But aside from that, if they don't want you in the business because you're not willing to show that paperwork, then they have the right to ask you to leave.
Did you inform them that they're in federal violation of the law?
They're going to look into it on their own.
Okay, so at this point, I'm going to turn the film off,
Okay.
and I'm going to show you what federal violation they're in, and I'm going to also show you what ticket you're supposed to give them for this federal violation if they still refuse me service after you tell them.
What do you mean come over here and talk to you? I don't have to talk to you.
Yes, you do. Okay?
Says who?
Let me finish. Okay? They're calling and saying that you're creating a traffic hazard over here. What are you doing?
Really?
Yes, really. That's why I'm here.
Well, they're lying.
I'm not here playing around, okay?
I'm not here playing around either.
Okay. Well, what's the reason?
What's your name and badge number?
Thomas.
Thomas?
Okay? THOMAS 421-421. That's my badge number.
All right, you're dismissed, Thomas.
I'm not dismissed.
Yeah, you are.
Okay, no, you're being detained right now.
For
are
what?
you doing here?
What crime did I commit?
You're creating a traffic hazard. They're calling it in.
How?
And you're not wanted here. That's how.
I'm public. I'm not on their property.
What are you doing here?
None of your business.
It is.
No, it's
If
not.
I'm getting calls for this, it is my business.
Where's your supervisor?
Right here.
Are you the supervisor? Yeah, he's the supervisor. You're not gonna correct her? Here, go ahead. Oh, no problem. Will you let her know that I have the right to record right here?
Yeah, what are you doing?
Huh?
Good stuff?
I'm just recording, man. It's not my fault that they didn't like it.
I didn't say you couldn't record. Okay?
Let's go
But
find
when
out
we-
what they want.
Huh? But when we have calls,
You're dismissed.
then that's a bad
You're
not a problem.
dismissed.
I'm not dismissed.
Bye-bye.
Because you're not my boss.
You're dismissed. I am.
Get in the car! Get in the car! Get in the car!
Oh my God, I can't. I'm too big.
Sucks to be you.
Wilson of the Roswell Police Department pulled over Georgia resident Sarah Webb for allegedly speeding on her way to work in Duluth, Georgia. After Ms. Webb pulled over, Officer Brown approached the vehicle.
Stay in the car.
Sorry, my window doesn't work.
Off the ground, Roswell Police Department. You know how fast you were just going, ma'am?
I'm so sorry, I'm late for work.
So you could go over 80 miles per hour on 92? No, ma'am. You have your driver's license and your insurance card?
No, man.
Turn off the car and pass me the keys, please. The ground's wet. It's been raining. You're going over 80 miles an hour
so
on this
sorry.
type of a road. That's reckless driving, ma'am.
This is LexisNexis. I'm trying to look it up. I don't have it printed off.
Give me 1 second. I'll be right with you. Go for it. Hey. She was going like almost 90 down 92. She flew past me. I had to get up to 90 to catch her. My CAD's not working. Is yours? So did you? Can you see if can you check the tag too? I'm gonna have to restart this and see what the deal is. I'm gonna take her probably for reckless.
Okay.
She flew past me going probably 80, 85 on 92 in the wet road. She said she's running late for work. I had to get up to 90 to catch her. What do you think? I mean, I don't have any speed detections at the same time, but
Here, Officer Brown admits that she was not equipped with any speed detection devices to get an accurate measurement of Ms. Webb's speed. While the law varies between states, in Georgia, individuals can be convicted of speeding or reckless driving based purely on an officer's visual estimate of their speed. Georgia's speeding laws are found in Section 40-6-180 of the Georgia Code, which reads that, quote, "No person shall drive a vehicle at a speed greater than is reasonable and prudent under the conditions, and having regard for the actual and potential hazards then existing." And Section 40-6-181, which states that no person shall drive a vehicle at a speed in excess of certain maximum limits. In the 1992 case of Brown versus State, the Court of Appeals of Georgia determined that an officer's testimony of his visual estimate of the defendant's speed was legally sufficient to support a speeding conviction, holding that, quote, "Opinion testimony of an eyewitness may be used to establish speed, its credibility being for the jury to determine, and such evidence is sufficient to authorize a jury to conclude that the speeding laws have been violated." Similarly, in the 2002 case of Stone versus State, the Court of Appeals upheld a conviction based solely on the visual estimate of speed made by an officer, because certainly find that Officer Brown's testimony regarding her visual estimation of Ms. Webb's speed was sufficient evidence to sustain a conviction for speeding and possibly reckless driving. Although a jury could find that her admission that she did not know the exact speed made her testimony less credible. However, it's important to recognize that this standard is specific to Georgia law, and some other states prohibit convictions based solely on visual estimates of speed.
No, but you can use the fact that you were going whatever speed and she went past you. Mm-hmm. It's on camera, so you're going to have a back speed. You're going to have the fact that you went 90 to catch up to her. You're going to have two faster conditions.
Yeah, I mean, that's unacceptable. I told her, I said, you know the roads are wet, correct? You're running late for work and you're going above 80 to get to work. I said, call. So do not do that and put people's lives in jeopardy.
People living here in Laverne tell me they want accountability from their police department after the investigation into sexual relationships within the evening shift. A shocking 20-page report has been completed into sexual relationships at the Laverne Police Department. Some happening while officers were on duty and at work.
Doing something while you're at work, I mean, for everybody else who goes to work, you know, we're held to that same standard.
Jerry Howell says he was in disbelief when first reading the report and wants changes from city leaders. The investigation, says Mayor Jason Cole, got the first tip about the relationships.
It's just bad. It's like a stain, I guess.
We requested an interview with Mayor Cole, but was told he was not willing to talk on camera. Instead, he released a statement saying, in part, "We will be retraining all of our employees in the rules, regulations, and expectations set forth by city leadership."
Be a wake-up call for Laverne, but also a wake-up call for our police department to take care of themselves.
Keith Bice says he would like to see the community step up and help oversee the police department.
Just a couple of bad apples does not make the whole bunch bad.
Police Chief Chip Davis talked about exactly that in his statement released this afternoon, saying in part, "We understand this will take time and diligence from our command staff and officers to repair the honor and integrity of our department."
Officers involved in sex while on duty: Patrol Officer Megan Hall, Patrol Officer Juan Lugo Perez, Sergeant Lewis Powell, Detective Seneca Shields, Sergeant Henry, K-9 Officer Larry, Patrol Officer Patrick, and Patrol Officer Gavin Schoberl. Hobbs says details of the investigation made public so far have shaken public confidence in the PD.
There's definitely going to be a time period where we're going to have to really emphasize rebuilding the trust of our community.